as I look at what's been coming out of the news this week with the incredibly generous packages that the government has been putting in place for us and offers to be able to get businesses up and running again and people out finding work. It struck me through that and also through 2 or 3 of my quiet times where Bible readings have been coming up that this really is a season of generosity. I think it's easy to see it as a season of desperate need, but I think it is a season of generosity amongst families where people have been losing jobs and times are tough. There's no longer this sense of needing to hoard for myself, but what can we share? How can we make this work? It reminds me of that early church we've been learning about in the book of Acts, where everybody had everything in common. What a time of generosity that was too. And I believe God is inviting us into a season of generosity. One needs to be wise in these things, to be listening for his direction. But man, what a blessing to be part of what he's doing when he goes out to look after his people and to meet the needs of people who maybe don't know the Lord yet. We've had people who've been praying for us, who've given us financial gifts, who've brought round flowers. And all these things have been the most beautiful expression of the Lord to us through our community. And we've been, through that, able to bless a few other people that we've known are in need too. So thank you, all of those who've been looking after us so nicely. I think it's a temptation for each man to look after himself, at a time like this. But I'm reminded of a book on leadership that I read once that spoke about the law of the lid. And when the people at the top are setting the example so beautifully, really, in their generosity, it really opens up the way and encourages that kind of response from, gosh, imagine a whole country like that too. I've never been part of that, and it's beautiful to see here. So, yeah. One other little word that came to me was we can't outgive God. Some of the needs that we're encountering seem massive, and some of the things we're feeling called to do are feeling out of our comfort zone. But that word came to me, you can't outgive God. I remember being told that by, I think it was my dad, and it stuck with me, that when we are hanging on to things, that the Lord is always so much bigger. And just wisdom is important, listening, but also being open to take a risk if he so leads.